Hello everyone, welcome back to our next session in Core Python playlist. In this playlist, we will be saying the concept of slicing. So I'll be explaining you the concept here in OneNote and I will be implementing it into Jupyter Notebook. So for this, I have created a Jupyter Notebook already, list slicing. You also created and just taken a normal list with some values. All right. So in previous session, we have talked about how to access any particular element of the list, right? So we do it through indexing. And if you remember, the indexing starts from 0. Let me just list out here first. So the indexing starts from 0 on the left hand side, right? So we have 0th index here, and then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, 6, 7. Okay, so there are total 8 elements. Indexing starts from 0, so it will be from 0 to 7. Also, I have talked about negative indexing. So negative indexing starts from right hand side and goes to left hand side. All right, so the negative indexing is -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, and -8. Okay, we can't have -0 for that reason. We start from -1 and it will go up to -8. So each and every element of the list as well as of a tuple can be accessed with two indexes. It's positive index and a negative index. So let me just show you once again. So when you're putting up li of 0, in this case it will be showing you 12. Same goes with li of -8, so it will be showing you 12, right? And let me just show you with the li of 7. Li of 7 is your last element, so as your last element got -1 index as well, so li of -1 will also give you the last index. So this is what indexing we have seen, and that's how we were accessing a single single element of the list. Now in the case where you want to access multiple values, multiple elements of the list, we use the concept of slicing. So as the name suggests, slicing something, cutting out some part out of it, right? So same here as well, we have the concept of slicing, where we will be slicing out some elements from the list. So let's see the concept first. So what we have is, like, for example, li you will be writing first, and into square bracket you will be writing the starting index and the ending index. Okay, so let me show you what was first. For example, I'm writing 2:5. So what does this mean is you want to start slicing the list from the index 2. These are the indexes, index 2 to index 5. So we say it to be the starting index. I'm naming it to be SI in short, starting index, and this to be the ending index. All right, but remember, it will start from the starting index and it will stop one before the ending index. So if you have given 5, it will stop at 4. If you given as 7, it will stop at 6. So one less than of what you have mentioned in the ending index. Okay, so if you see this, for this, what will be the sliced values? It will start from 2, so it will get 34 first, and then 45 and 56. It won't go to 5, as I said, ending index -1, where it will stop. So 34, 45 and 56 is what we will be getting out of the slicing. All right, so let me show you here with the example. Li of, and I'm writing li of 2:5, and just enter it, and same output you can say it here. I hope you understood the concept of slicing. This is the first example. There are a lot of examples and a lot of things into it that I'll be teaching you now. All right, so I will be rubbing. Let me go to next and write it here only. Okay, so for example, if I'm writing li of I can start with any other index as well. So like, for example, I'm saying, for example, I'm going with this, a new case I'm showing you now, :5. So you have not given the starting index, but you have given the ending index, right? So in this case, it will start from the first index. So if starting index is not given to you, it will simply start from the first index. So it will start from 12 and will go up to 5 minus 1, right? 1 less than what you have mentioned in the ending index. So it will cover up, like it will have values like 12, 23, 34 and 45 and 56. Okay, let me show you that. Lee of, you can simply see Lee of colon 5. So from 12 to 56, all values it will have. All right, so the next case, let me show you the next case. Next case, what if I go with Lee of, for example, I'm writing 5 colon. Now it's what, 5 colon. So you have given the starting index, but you have not given the ending index, right? So if you are not giving the index and ending index, simply means it will go to end till the last element, including the last element. Okay, including the last element. So it will start with 5 as the index, so it will have 67, 78 and 89. Okay, these three elements. So let me just show it here. Lee of 5 colon, you can see last three elements starting from the fifth index. So I hope you understood. If you're not giving the starting index, it will start from the start, and if you are not giving the ending index, it will start it will go up to the end. Now you can imagine what will be the answer of this. So it's like, no start and no end is given, so simply means it will start from the start, will go up to end, so it will cover up all the list elements from 12 to 89. All right, so I hope you got this idea of how actually your indexing works normally. Now I'm adding a few important things to it again. I mean, next case, I would say, in the slicing concept. So just imagine now you have a list slicing like this. I'm going from -7 colon -2. Will this be allowed? Of course it's allowed. You see it here. We also got what, negative indexing, right? So what I'm saying here is start from the -7, go up to -2. It will stop one before -2, the ending index, right? So it will start from the -7, that is 23. It will take 23, then 34, then 45, then 56, and then 67. These will be the values into it. Let's just cross check it. I'm writing it here. Lee of, I have written -7 here, and here -2. Shift enter, you can see from 23 to 67, right? One before the -2. All right, so this was with negative index. Let me take one positive and one negative index. That's also fine for us. So for example, if I'm writing -8 colon, I'm saying -8 to, for example, 7. What does this mean? So you're starting from the -8, that is your this element, and you're going into this direction, and what you're selecting is till 7. So it will stop one before 7, so it will go up to what, 6. So it will have values as what, 12, 23, 34, 45, 56, 67 and 78, excluding the last one. I'm repeating it many times because this will haunt us many times. The last element -1, always one element before the last element will stop. -8 colon 7, so you can see from 12 to 78 is what we are getting for the slicing. All right, I hope you got this minus and plus combination as well. So that was the next case of this. Now coming to more important thing, I would say, and that thing is the third element of your slicing, and that is, like, what you do is inside the list is, of course, what we have done is you can easily go with that, but there is one more thing, something called as, like, for example, let me just write 1 colon, for example, 7 colon 2. Now this is something that I have added up after giving the ending index. You have put up colon and you have written what, the next thing, right? That is 2, and here 2 is called as the interval. All right, this is what we call as interval. So we can give max 3 things to our list. First is your starting index, second one is ending index, right? And the third thing is, we call that as what, interval. All right, so by default interval is +1, and for that reason, if you remember, for all the example that we have seen right here, All the example that we have seen, when you were writing 5 colon, it was starting from 5 and the next element was chosen as what, 6, and then 7 likewise. So by default indexing is plus 1. Right, now I'm saying it to be plus 2. Okay, I'm just giving 2 simply means plus 2, right? So what does this mean is, first see the range that we will be considering here from 1 to 7. So it will go up to what, 6, right? In this case it will go up to 6. So it will consider all these elements for slicing. Now the interval is not 1, it is 2, so it won't consider all the elements. So see how interval work. Interval, you can simply remember it with simple word like jump or hop. Okay, so it's like 2 jumps now instead of 1 jump. So you can imagine like into like when it was 1 interval of 1, so it was jumping 1. So from 23 it was jumping to 34, then 1 jump 45, jump 1 jump 56. Likewise it was traversing from element to element. Now when I have interval of 2, it simply means what, it will start from 23 and then it will do what, 2 jump. Okay, the first index is what, 1, right? So it will start from 23, it will consider this element. Always remember, it will consider the first element that you have mentioned, and then it will jump 2 times. So while jumping, it will, like, one jump is on 34, second jump is on 45, so it will skip 34. Whatever value you're getting at the second jump will be considered. So you can simply understand that 23 will be the first element and then 45 will be the second element of it. And then from 45, one jump 56, second jump 67. So on second jump you got 67, so that will be considered. One jump, you can see one jump is on 78 and second jump is on 89, but we have mentioned till 7, so it will be going up to 6 only. So only these many elements will be considered. I hope you got it. Let's just do that and say it, cross verify it. Li of what I have mentioned as 1 colon 7 colon 2. You can see 23, 45, 67, those elements that we have mentioned are here. So this is called as what, interval. I hope you understood the concept of interval. Let me wrap. Let me show you one more example of it. Let's remove all this as well so that we can simply write down our next list slicing. So Li of, now I'm writing something. Try to understand this concept. I'm writing -8 colon 2, or let's just go with some new one, that is 3. Okay, so now you can see it here. What I have said is start from -8, go up to, now no value is given of the ending index, simply means it will go up to what, the end, right? So we can simply say -8 is the starting index. So even if I write like this, it means the same, right? So when I'm saying colon 3, it simply means start from the start, go up to the end with the interval of 3. Now what will be the value that it will consider? It will consider the first element, that is starting index 12, and then 3 jumps, right? 1 jump, 2 jump, 3 jump. So after 12 it will consider 45, and then 1 jump, 2 jump, 3 jump, that is 78. You can see 1 jump out of the list. So 12, 45 and 78 should be the values for this colon 3. You can see 12, 45 and 78 are the values. I hope you understood the concept of interval as well, right? So with starting and ending index, what you have added up is the interval. With what interval exactly you need to go, and remember default value of indexing is +1. Now why I'm mentioning plus with interval, I will tell you the last part that I need to explain you in slicing, and that is negative interval. So remember guys, if you're starting from left and going to the right, that is your normal or positive interval. Okay, so +1 simply means what, after 1 it will be 2, right? And like for example, you're saying +2 to be interval, after 1 it will be +2, that is 3, right? After 1 you will be on to 3, third element. Now what if I have index to be negative? We do have negative interval, and we use negative interval to traverse in the reverse order. And the reverse order is what, basically right to left. Normally with normal interval, a positive interval, we traverse from left to right, and with negative interval we can traverse from right to left. Now just imagine guys, I'm writing something. Tell me what can be the meaning of this. Li of, I'm writing 6 colon 2. What do you think? What should be the value of this? Just this much only. 6 colon 2. So I'm saying start from the 6th. Okay, this is my starting index, and if you see this, I'm going in the reverse order. I'm saying 6 2 2. The ending index is 2, just the reverse order, right? So in this case, we need to specify the interval to be -1. If we are not specifying, we won't get error, but we won't get any element either, right? So for this, now what will happen is -1 simply means a simple minus interval, right? -1 interval. So it will start from the starting index. Now your starting index is 6, then 67 is 5th, then 4th, then 3rd, then instead of going on 34, it will stop at 45. One before what you have specified. Remember this part. One before what you have specified as the ending index. So let me show you here with the same case. 6 colon 2 I have taken, right? 6 colon 2 colon -1. You can see 78, that is on the 6th, then 67, 56 and 45. That's what we have mentioned. Is that clear? This is what negative interval is. Now remember how to get this negative and positive interval, and how to understand the concept here. So remember, first what you need to do is check in which direction your indexes are moving. Are they moving into the left to right or right to left direction? Right. So if it is positive, right, and negative, I hope you understand. Positive simply means left to right, and negative simply means right to left. So both the interval and the index, okay, this interval and index should be moving into positive or negative direction. Only then you will be getting the elements. Otherwise you won't get elements. The list will be empty list. Let me show you here, guys, what I mean by the lim test. So I'm saying 6 colon 2. And by default, what is the interval? Interval is +1. So in this case, it will return me the empty list, clearly telling me that, into reverse order 6 to 1 with +1 interval, I can't go. There are no elements into it. All right, so see it here again. 6 to 2 when I'm saying 6 to 2. I'm going into what? Right to left direction. And my interval is also into right to left direction. It's negative, right? So it's matching and it will work fine. But if I do just +1, now you can see 6 to 2, it's right to left. My indexes are moving right to left, whereas my interval is moving from left to right. Some mismatch, so there won't be any elements. So remember, whenever you want elements to be selected from right to left in the reverse order, you need to give negative interval. All right, so now was something really confusing, I would say. What if I write Lee colon colon, for example, Lee colon colon? I already told you about this, right? So the starting index will be the first element, that is 0, and the ending index will be the last one, right? And what I said, we are not given the interval, so it is by default +1, right? So it will give all the values. But what if I write -1 here? I have not specified the starting index and the ending index. I'm writing what? Interval to be -1. So when you are reversing it, right, when you are taking things into reverse order, you said interval to be -1, right? So it's right to left. So in this case, starting index has to be from the reverse order, right? So in this case, it will be 89, then 78, likewise to the last element. So your whole list will be reversed if you have not specified any starting ending index with interval of -1. So you can see it has reversed our list. Same goes with ending or starting index if it's not given. Like for example, let me show you. I am saying Lee of colon, and I've specified to be, for example, -2 colon -1. Now what does this mean? See it carefully. You have not specified the starting index. So always remember, if starting or ending index is not given, see first the interval sign. Is it positive or negative? If it's positive, simply means starting index will be this and ending index will be this. Whereas if you have minus interval, so starting index will be this and ending index will be this. I hope you understood. So you have a negative interval and you have not specified the starting index. So starting index will be what? this, right? So now you can see it here. What will be the values will be that will be covered up. We are saying ending index to be -2, so it will start from here and it will stop one before -2, that is 89. So for this case, only one single value, that's the first value from the left hand side, will right hand side will be uh, considered. So let me just show you Lee of this, so you can see 89 is coming up here. All right, same goes with, what if I have mentioned something like this? I'm saying -2 colon -1. So I've not specified the ending index. So -2 colon -1. So we are saying starting index is this. What will be the ending index? Ending index, as the interval is -1, will be the leftmost element, from right to left, this element, right? So it will start from -2, will go up to the last element, including the last element, right? So from 78 to 12, all elements will be considered in this case. So Lee of -2 colon -1. So just execute it from 78 to 12, all in reverse order. So this is what indexing is all about, slicing is all about. I hope you understood. So what you need to do is, guys, just create a new list, something like this. Just take few few slicing examples and just try to do it by yourself. That's how you will be able to practice, and you will be able to master this concept of slicing. I hope you understood. If you have any doubt, you can put it into the comment box. I'll be more than happy to solve all the problems. All right, so for the last time, I'm telling you what you need to consider. For C, like if interval is not given, it's by default +1, so you are moving from left to right. Your interval is moving from left to right. All right, and then in that case, your indexing should move from left to right. If it's not the case, then you see the interval. Okay, if it's -1 and your indexing also moving from right to left, in that case you will again get the elements. All right, so just check left to right direction of both the interval and the indexes. It should be left to right or right to right to left. And second important thing that you need to remember is the ending index. It will always stop one element before what you have specified, and not, if not specified, it will go till the end. So that's it for this session. I hope you got the concept of slicing. In next session, we'll be saying the concept of tuple. Thank you.